Well, HSBC Bank took pride in calling itself the world's local bank at one point in time, but it could become even more localised if proposals for the bank to restructure are put into action following a campaign to break up HSBC Holdings' East meets West business model. HSBC Bank's largest shareholder, Ping An Insurance Group, has spearheaded proposals to split up HSBC's Asian and Western operations, and the idea has also gained support among individual shareholders in Hong Kong. Ping An is HSBC's largest shareholder with an 8.3% stake worth around $10.3 billion. Ping An, China's most valuable insurer, said it's now open to exploring options including listing its mainstay Asia business to increase shareholder returns. Ping An has also been concerned about the lender's ability to navigate geopolitical risks and says that spinning off parts of the Asia business could help unlock shareholder value. Some analysts say breaking up the bank will unleash a potential value of 200 billion Hong Kong dollars, while Ping An estimates that spinning off HSBC's Asian business and listing it in Hong Kong would boost shareholder value by $25 billion to $35 billion. Well, HSBC's management opposes the idea that breaking up the bank's current structure makes sense, as the geopolitical tensions between China and the West are increasing. Some executives are of the opinion that Hong Kong's largest commercial bank should not be supervised by British authorities. Well, we can go across to the WION newsroom now, where our business editor, Sumit Chaturvedi, gets us more on this story. So what are HSBC bosses saying about this idea? If they're opposing them, what's their idea behind that?
Laura, they are divided on two things. They're separated from Ping An because of two things. First of all, costs. Huge costs are involved in this kind of re-strategy or restructuring of HSBC Bank. Well, clearly it's not going to be cheap at a time when just in the 2 years' time it has come out of the COVID-19 pandemic. So it's not going to be cheap of relocating staff, many IT things, many other things. So the cost involved is a deterrent, because of which management is not in favor of splitting up HSBC. On one more factor is regulation. Well, it is still not very clear what kind of regulation will be HSBC under if it goes forward, the split up happens. US and China are clearly not on very good terms with each other. The bank is headquartered in London. UK regulator or Chinese regulators, well, it's clearly not in favor of some partners if Chinese regulators are there, or some partners if UK regulators are there. Well, HSBC was clearly criticized because it went on and froze some accounts of its customers when crackdown happened in Hong Kong. So that time it was clearly under the regulation of China and Hong Kong. That time it was criticized. If it splits up now, under which regulation they will go, that's one question. Management is clearly opposed to it. Executives, in fact, they went to Hong Kong and met minority shareholders over the issue. It is still not clear what they have said, but yes, management, it's clearly not in favor of splitting up of the bank. Though yes, it's going to unlock value worth billions of dollars, over $200 billion as per some estimates, but management is still not in favor of splitting up or breakup of HSBC Bank.
And in terms of timelines, how quickly do campaigners want this split to happen, if indeed it does?
Laura, it's been going on from some time. There is no definite timeline as per which this will happen, because a lot of debate will still now take place. It has to take place between management and Ping An. Ping An is clearly in favor of splitting off of HSBC. Many individual shareholders are also in favor of this to happen, but management is not in favor. There is no timeline as such, but as it is going fast. It can be done if it happens pretty soon, but there is still no timeline which has been put as to when will it happen. Clearly it's going to unlock value for shareholders as well. That's why its larger shareholder with 8.3% stake, Ping An, is in favor of splitting up the bank, but management is clearly not in favor. It's not clear how long this will happen, how long this will go on, but there is no timeline which has been put as far as the splitting up or breakup of HSBC is concerned.
Sumit, from the WION newsroom, thank you for that update.